The views and opinions expressed by the hosts do not necessarily state or reflect those of the company and its management. Furthermore, the views and opinions of the guests do not reflect those of the hosts, the show, the management, and the network.
Welcome back to my channel, MotivationaLee. Today is our episode 2, The Power of Purpose. Dreaming, you dream, but you continue on doing it. Continue to make it happen, okay? From dreaming to doing. And with this, we'll be inspired more and get motivated as well with our lovely guest, none other than Coach Ashley Lopez. Yay!
Hello! It's so good to
How are
see
you? Beautiful. Good to see you.
I am
You're born in
fantastic. How are
Queensland,
you?
right? I'm
Yes.
good, thank you. Ashley is in Queensland, in Brisbane, and I am in Victoria, in Melbourne. So it's nice to do this live podcast, inspiring people all over the world. The power of purpose. There you go. Now, Ashley, it is very interesting as well to get to know about this dreaming to doing. What are we have our visions, we have our goals, right? And obviously you've got a lot perhaps before, and now you're able to achieve that goal. But before we talk about that, maybe we can also share to our viewers at this time all over the world about what are those, once you've got the vision, there will always be barriers, right? Barriers, potential barriers, something like that. So what are those potential barriers that could hinder you from achieving your goal or your goals? What do you think?
Well, to me, there's so many, but the really encapsulated, the answer as a whole is ourselves. We are our own worst barriers. And that, that comes in the form of the beliefs that we grew up conditioning to believe, whether that's from society and our family or our culture, our religion. And yeah, ultimately it is your beliefs and your attitude towards them. And to me also, how willing you are to work for, I don't want to say work for, because it doesn't, you always need to push, but embrace the life that you want to create. I think another one is also focusing on the barriers. Like once you're aware of the barriers that are preventing you from getting you to where you want to go, if you focus on them too much, they can just consume you and it can prevent you from doing what you want to do.
Agree. Totally agree. And some people as well in general, they have that fear of change. Even though they want to do something, but they have that, hang on. If I do this, I'll be giving up this, giving up that, things like that. There's already that fear. And with that, it is a total distraction when it comes to focusing on their vision. And that's why this channel, Ashley, has been, set up because of that purpose. The purpose of the power of my purpose is that really to inspire people, to motivate and create an impact in many different ways, whether it's a career, whether it's relationship, faith, or I'm a success coach as well. So wellness, success coach, and direction coach. And just like you, Ashley, you are what type of coaching you are doing at the moment?
Well, I like to say at the moment that I'm a women's empowerment mentor. So
nice.
Yeah, I'm my focus right now is in allowing women to tune into themselves, to become empowered by their circumstances as opposed to disempowered, and live a life that's authentic to them.
Good. And with that's part of your vision, one of your visions before, right?
Yeah.
Were you how did you actually cope with your maybe barriers, lots and lots of barriers perhaps?
I had so many barriers, so many blocks. Even though there was evidence in my life that I have moved past blocks before, I really struggled. It was quite hard. And at the end of the day, what I had to do was stop trying to push and push and push and prove to myself that if I can push and make this successful, then it means I'm worthy. I had to actually step back and process my feelings and emotions, and even take myself through some NLP tools to really understand that I am worthy as I am. And from that space, I can create the work that I want to do, which is ultimately to help people.
Were you able to feel a bit like of that fear as well? Fear of failure,
Oh,
fear
yeah,
of
totally. It's
fear of
super
success.
hard to, yes, fear of success that's a crazy one people don't talk about. But a lot of the time, especially when you're on social media a lot, imposter syndrome comes up because you start to compare yourself
True.
to where other people are at. And I have lots of friends that are life coaches as well, and they say the same thing. They're like, oh, I don't know if I should do that because it's not what that person's doing. And with the work that I do, I'm all about authenticity. I'm like, do what you want to do, man. Like, you're creating your life. So, you're not going to want to live a life that's based on someone else's values or based on someone else's idea of what success is. You want to live one based on what you want.
Yeah, and their opinions about you doesn't define you at all, You know yourself better more than anyone else in this world. So focus on that, what you value the most, your goals, and then the fear of success, overcome that. It can be overwhelming sometimes, especially if it's your first time. Because, Ashley, I'm sure you agree with this. People in different parts of the world in general, they're doing something that they don't really love, so they're creating their stress, right? But they're into that something that they truly value and they truly love, which is really their passion. But they have that fear of going, moving forward, fear of, again, failure, success. Perhaps they have this, what I always call it self-sabotage. They create their own stress. And again, as what you have mentioned, Ashley, they think about other people's opinion, and they're succumb to other people's opinion. But then again, as I've mentioned a while ago many times, that other people's opinion doesn't define you at all, because you know yourself better more than anyone else in this world. So these obstacles are, if you look at it, going back to where we've started, Ashley, right, as like a newbie as a coach, like, oh my goodness, what shall I coach? What specialty, what niche, whatever. And with that tools, we're able to understand where are we heading at, and with that, no one can stop us. Just do this. Just like with my YouTube channel, I always say, like, oh, I'm not worthy. Just like what you mentioned, Ashley, I'm not worthy. I feel like I'm not a celebrity. I'm not a Kim Kardashian. I'm not like, Beyonce. I'm just an ordinary individual, but this is what I want to do. This is what I value the most: to inspire, motivate, and create an impact. But you know what? No matter what other people would say, whoever they are, I don't care right now, because I'm here with a greater purpose in life. And that's the power of purpose, guys. So, for those people who are tuning in right now, I'm sure you have something in your heart that you really want to do for a very long time. It's a long overdue. Why not start transition that right now? You can start writing your lists of what you truly value the most. I did a video on this on my TikTok and my Instagram and my FB page on MotivationaLee as well. List down what you truly value the most, and think about, where do you spend your time, your life, your energy, and with that, it can guide you itself, what you truly value the most. And no fear, just do that, because you know what, if you don't do it, right, Ashley, just like Ashley, if she didn't do this, I knew Ashley for a while, for a while now. It's been a year now. There's always that sometimes less motivation, sometimes it's about doubt, self-doubt, but again, it's equivalent to self-sabotaging. And look at Ashley now, she's a coach. Empowering women.
There's something that I always play in my mind, which at the end of the day, fear is never going to go away. It's not something that we can just like never feel anymore. That would be to live a numb life, and that would be to not enjoy life. And so a phrase that I love is feel the fear and do it anyway.
I love that.
It's the same like with me, with my podcast and my coaching, with you and your YouTube. You there's that fear and there's that doubt, but you still take that small action step anyway, and that's all it takes. That's what, like, motivation doesn't always come from thin air. Motivation comes from taking small actions, and those small actions inspire you to keep going. And so it's huge once you know that.
If you don't do it, if you don't try, it's like having different kinds of menu. If you're like, oh, I want to eat that, I want to eat that, but if you don't try, you won't gonna know which one is your favorite, because you love everything, but you didn't do anything. You're just imagining every time. It's like in general, if you want to achieve something, whether it's big or not, at least you've started, but you didn't do anything. You're just dreaming. You're not even doing it. Every time you
Mm.
wake up, you're still in the same spot. So you're
Mhm.
wasting your time. It's been like 2 years, 3 years, until it's 100 years. It's nothing happened, and you live by default. We should live by design. That's what Christina Carlson said. Live by
Mm.
design. Design your life, and don't live by default. Create your opportunity now, and unleash all those insecurities, self-doubt, self-sabotage. Put it in the bin, and
Yeah. And
whatever.
understand that everyone who is successful has had that too. Once you
Definitely.
understand that those people aren't scary anymore, they're not on a pedestal, you're like, well, if they can do it, I can do it.
That's why me and Ashley, with same mindset, doing together, empowering you guys who are tuning in, just
Mm.
tune in right now. Please, guys, whatever you want to do in the future, we know that we can feel it, that you are stressed at the moment. You are creating your stress as well, because you're living by
Mhm.
default. If you have that little talent that you've got, the passion that you've got, it's good to start with small things, right? Small things
Mm.
becomes big things, isn't it, Ash? Look at
Mhm.
Ashley.
Totally.
Very proud of Ashley. My goodness.
Oh,
I
thank
saw
you.
her months and months. It's been a year, right? So look at
Yeah.
Ashley now. The confidence, oh my goodness. Looking back, there were doubts. There were like those obstacles. Look at you now, Ashley. Being
Yeah.
empowered itself. You need to
I'm
be
really,
empowered as well to empower other
I'm
people.
really grateful for this experience because it's honestly made me reflect on how far I've actually come. And I think that's something that is a helpful mindset to have, even if you haven't stepped into that area of life that you want to step into yet. Being able to look at, okay, my experience is so far. Look how
Yeah,
far I've come. Look how different I am. Look what I've actually been able to push through and work through. And that's the evidence that you need to go, I can do it. I can do this other stuff.
if you're loving what you're doing, you don't really see that you are stressed. You don't really feel like, oh, I'm overwhelmed with a lot of things, because you're enjoying it, because it's your passion. Right, Ash?
Well, yeah, it depends. I definitely, working for yourself, it can
Yes.
be overwhelming if you don't have boundaries in place and you don't have structure in place. So I would just like work, 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 and then I wouldn't actually enjoy what I was doing, even though I was passionate about it. And so I really had to find the balance in, um, you know, work and living. Really, that's
That's
what it
right.
is. But that's something that comes after you take action. And one of the things that I always think about is one small action a day is 365 steps in a year towards wherever it is that you want to go. So it doesn't always have to be, like you're working super hard or you're putting a lot of effort into this one thing. It could just be one small action step that gets you closer and closer and closer to that space, that vision that you want to be in. And then all of a sudden you're there. You're like, holy shit, how did I even get here?
Having said it a while ago, what you've mentioned about, starts from within as well. Does attitude and beliefs supports a goal, or anyone's goals?
Yes, I believe so. They can have an effect. They can limit you, or they can help you to succeed. But in saying that, you don't. I have found that even when I believed that I wasn't good enough, I was
Mhm.
still able to make small steps towards where I wanted to go. So it honestly, I like that you use the word attitude, because I think your attitude is everything. If you can,
True.
if you can, you know, like be pushed to the ground and then get back up. If you have resilience and your attitude is like, okay, like this is hard. Might need to take a minute, but then I can stand up again and I can keep going. That's like, to me, that's all you need.
That's really true. And maybe perhaps as well, it's nice as well to ask yourself, guys, where do I see myself in? I did ask this to you before, Ashley. In 6 months' time, in 3 months' time, it's up to you how you do your timeline, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
believe, Ashley, I was impressed with you, Ashley, before, about you creating that vision, like we talk about that vision board. It's really important to have that vision board, isn't it? So that it
Yeah.
stimulates you, it motivates you to do something, and even that there's a fear of failure, fear of success, or self-doubt, or fear of giving up on something, because maybe you're doing something really good right now. You're a manager, you're a supervisor, you're earning a lot of money, and financially I'm stable. This is a default, but there's still something, an emptiness in your heart, that you want to do something better, and you'll be more, maybe eventually more happier, and having peace of mind as well. So make sure that you overcome all those self-sabotage attitude at the same time. So with
Yeah.
Ashley, and myself as well, I did, both of us and the rest of our coaches as well, I would have all the same mindset. Vision board is very important, isn't it? So you can see itself where you're heading at.
Very beneficial. Like working with you when we did I did for the next 6 months, each month I drew up like a little vision of what I wanted my life to look like, or certain areas of my life to look like. And when I was in such a state of overwhelm of trying to start up this life coaching business, that was so helpful in, letting me see like the specific things that I want in each month, and breaking it down really. And then something that I've learned on top of that, which I love vision boards. Perfect.
We love it.
We do. We love it.
Vision board. You don't have to,
That's
be, it have to be expensive, right, Ash, before you
No,
say it.
I literally just drew it on paper with a pen. Like it doesn't need to be
It was
super
so
fancy.
good. I love it.
Yeah. And then something else I've learned on top of that is, the visions that you have, they don't all have to happen now. They don't all have to happen in 6 months' time. There's going to be some visions that you have that that are going to happen in 6 months, but some of them are going to be 2 months. Some of them might be a year. Some of them might be 5 years. And so understanding, be flexible. And then also understanding that like all the things that you want now aren't going to all happen now. It's about building that and having that patience and understanding that.
And preparing that, designing your life. Just like me, Ashley, thanks for sharing that. With my vision board before, I said, one of my vision is to have, in 6 months' time, I'll have my YouTube channel. It took me 5 years because of that self-sabotage, fear of failure, and success as well, and overwhelmed because, this is social media. What if people doesn't like me because I'm not beautiful? What if people...
I think you're beautiful.
Okay, thank you. Woke up. This is my, just woke up.
Me too.
No, we're pretty inside now. Why not? Yay! But yeah, it took me 5 years, Ash. Imagine. So just what Ashley is mentioning, has mentioned a while ago, it can be flexible, guys. At least you have that vision board that you still want to work on and build it up. Like, you're trying to prepare yourself as well. Again, you have to be self-empowered first. If you need a coach at this time, you can reach out to me as Lee, as your directional wellness success coach. Ashley as well. You can actually follow Ashley. She's got an Instagram, which is Ashley Lopez Coaching.
Yeah, Ash Lopez Coaching.
Don't forget to follow her as well. I've typed it somewhere, but I'll have a look. Where did I put it? Anyways, follow Ashley Lopez. Again, ASHLEY Lopez Coaching. So that if you need to be empowered as well, for all the women out there, you are very much welcome to follow her on her Instagram. And for myself as well, if you need a direction, whether it's career or relationship, faith, or boosting income, or confidence, improve your self-esteem, confidence, and also boosting your performance as well. Ashley, with that vision board, you've written that last year. Were there any sort of like visions that you have not yet achieved?
Okay, so in that 6 month vision board, it's really funny because about the 4 month mark, I lost it and I couldn't find it, but I kind of knew what was on there. And so at the 4 month mark, I went back and I looked at it and I was like, I'll try not to swear. I was like, holy, everything has happened on this chart because I was focused, because I knew where I was going. And so I showed my husband, I was like, oh my God, look, each month this is happening. And it's actually like, it's coming to fruition. And he's like, that's pretty cool. But even in the grand scheme of my vision, which was like working for myself whenever I want, having that freedom, mentoring women in empowerment and confidence,
Yeah.
running a podcast, even something as small as like getting professional photos done and like
Yeah.
being able to pay my own rent. Like they're small, but they felt like huge goals and huge visions, and they've come to fruition, which is cool. And now I can focus on these other goals that I have, that, you know, and I still have some that are years down the line, like group coaching, like having like a My Kajabi website where people can just jump on, pay for a course, jump on and do it all on their own. That's something that
Yeah.
isn't feasible for me right now, but that's what I'm working towards. And so I will take little action steps like creating a course, or just like learning more. These are little action steps that will get me there in the
I
process.
love that attitude, Ashley. You know what? Your attitude is beautiful. I told you that before. Your attitude, you started with a right attitude, a good attitude, very open-minded, very dynamic, and very open to learning opportunities as well. And here you are. It's been a year as far as I remember. Look at you now. Wow. Very confident and very self-motivated as well. And I'm just really proud of you, Ashley. Honestly,
Thank you
from
so
my heart,
much.
I'm so happy that you were able to find yourself. You know your purpose in life, and you know what you value the most. And I'm one of the proudest, friend, that you've met since last year. You know, it's just really. I'm so empowered as well because look at you now. From
Oh,
day one that I've met you, look at you now. I'm just keep working on it and keep moving forward, Ashley, because you are also inspiring me. Even though I started coaching 4 years ago. But even if it doesn't really matter, there's a saying that it doesn't matter how far you have actually journeyed, right? It's all about how you have become. It's all about that.
as long as you're taking one small step a day or one small step even a week, eventually you'll get there. But I love the quote by Epictetus, who was an ancient
Mhm.
Greek Stoic, and he says the obstacle is the way. And so sometimes the thing that is limiting us, that is preventing us from getting there, it's there for us to learn whatever we need to learn in
Mhm.
order to actually end up having what we want to have. And so
Definitely.
even in terms of me, I wanted to be a life coach when I was 18, but I was like, that's not a feasible, that's not real, that can't really happen. And so
Yeah.
the next however many years, God, almost 10 years it took, I learned everything that I needed to learn about myself, about business, about money, about relationships, that allowed me to become the mentor that I am now. And even in the small realm, like for example, your YouTube stuff, right? Like
Yeah.
all the even all the technological knowledge that you've gained over those years, over those 5 years, is what led to you being able to actually run a YouTube successfully and enjoy it,
Yeah.
really.
I surely enjoy it, honestly. Because I don't compare myself to others. That's the most important thing,
Mm.
guys. When you're doing something, you want to achieve your goals in life. And one of the barriers as well is you're trying to compete yourself with other people. Stop competing. Compete within yourself because you are actually become more motivated on how you can hone your skills better and better, and I love doing podcasts just like you, Ash. I love doing other filming, like interviewing people like with their beautiful stories, all those things. I know what I want, I know what I'm capable of, so I don't compare myself to other people, because if you compare yourself to other people, it drags you down again. Okay, again,
Mm.
other people's opinion and judgment doesn't define you, so do whatever you want to do, as long as you have that good attitude. Start with a good attitude. Good mindset is very important, isn't it, Ash? Start with a good
Oh
mindset.
yeah.
If you have that, if you are having little Miss Nelly around you, I mean, like being all these intrusive thoughts, being negative, that's not a good attitude. That would pull you down in
Mm.
achieving your goals. That's another barrier, is the attitude.
Hmm.
Okay, so don't self sabotage, guys. Stop creating your stress. In every stress or in every problem or in every concern, there'll always be a solution. So please stop whinging, stop creating your own stress. do something. If you need a coach, again, reach out to us and we can help you and direct you to the right path in life.
That's what a coach is at the end of the day. Is if that's how I found my life coach. I was like, I knew there was something more, but I wasn't sure where to go, and I was sick of my own like limitations. And I was like, I'm sick of them, but I don't know how to move forward with them. And so I got a life coach. And at the end of the day, when you're struggling to be accountable, you don't know where to go, you don't know how to create change, but you're aware that a change needs to occur, that's what we're here for. And like Lee said earlier, we know so many life coaches that if we're not right for you, we can refer you on to someone else. Totally. And to me, I'm really, really, really glad that you said that, because sometimes I think with life coaching, it doesn't always feel like we're there to genuinely help people, but we are. Like there's a stigma around like, I just want clients, I just want money, but
it's not good.
No. And I think the people that keep going are the people that really genuinely care about the people that they work with. And that was really cool to hear from you. That made me really happy.
I'm sure, we're always here to help one another as well, because as coaches, we are being inspired by other people. So we want to pay it forward and inspire other people as well. And as coaches, people would say like, we don't need coaches because they think that we are counselors, we are psychologists. We're not. Okay. We have a different genre and we're here to guide you all step of the way that you need to get to know more yourself better. Do you have any special message, Ash, or tips or anything you want to tell the whole world at this time who are wanting to move forward now, not even tomorrow, Ash?
Mm-hmm. The biggest thing that comes to me is I truly believe that everything we've experienced is happening for us, not to us. And so all the things that are limiting us are there for a reason, and they can be used to empower us. So it's only disempowering when we allow it to be. And if we can, which we have the opportunity to reframe our minds all the time. There are so many free resources out there, podcasts, YouTube, books, even you can get free books on your phone. There's so many free resources and opportunities for you to remove those limitations and those barriers and to take action now. And if that's not enough, that's what we're here for.
That's right. Thank you for that, Ash. That's Ashley Lopez once again on your screen, running on your screen. Please follow Ashley Lopez on Instagram as Ashley Lopez Coaching. Again, Ashley is a coach empowering women coach, right? So that's good. Thanks, Ash, for that. And Ash, what's keeping you busy apart from coaching? Do you want to plug anything? You want to plug in?
Yeah, so with my coaching, I'm actually doing a masterclass on August 8th, 9th, and 10th. It's called Love, Sex, and Magic. Bless you. So it's all about finding love or self-love, diving into your sensuality and releasing shame, and then how to create the life that you want to live. And so that's what I've been working on lately.
That's nice. I love that word self-love, and that actually ignites on empowering yourself again. If you have that, start with self-love, because sometimes we forget about ourselves as well. Okay.
Yeah.
We're being selfless, but we forget about ourselves too. So that's
totally.
It brings back your power, self-power.
Yeah. If you've got yourself, then you can do anything. That's my
true. I agree with that. Thank you so much, Ashley Lopez. I'm so happy to see you, Ashley. We can talk all day, but we can do another episode about anything in the future, because we love podcasts. We learn from podcasts. I learned from my own podcast as well. I'll listen to it and for other podcasts. Reading books, as you have mentioned a while ago, Ashley, it helps a lot. And of course, having a coach like us guys, if you want to start doing what you want to do in the future, apart from being so stable at the moment, but you want to transition into that beautiful vision that you had for a very long time, this is the right time. So please unlock all those potential barriers so you can create your opportunity. Please don't forget to follow Ashley on Instagram. And of course, I myself, don't forget to check on my website as well, www.motivationalee.com. And you can see all my services as well. I'm a life coach. Again, direction, wellness, and success coach, a team building facilitator. I'm a professional MC or host as well for any events, okay? Big or small events, corporate or non-corporate. And also I conduct professional development and personal development at the same time. So please visit my website on www.motivationalee.com. And of course, here on my YouTube channel, it took me 5 years to do this, Ash, right? Hey,
We're here.
guys. Yes, please support me on my advocacy to inspire, motivate, and create an impact. So please click the subscribe button and please like, share, and again, subscribe to my channel. You know, Ash, there's a lot of people out there this is what I've realized, that people out there are actually having that often are afraid of what they're giving up for a change, than being focused on what they could possibly attain in exchange. So that's coming from my heart, motivationally. So once again, I would like to repeat. So for those who have just tuned in, people often are afraid of what they're giving up for a change, than being focused on what they could possibly attain or achieve in exchange. So act now, create an opportunity, live by design, and do not live by default. Okay? And let's start inspiring other people and pay it forward as well. So Ashley, thank you so much for being with me today.
Thank you.
Once again,
It was my
guys.
pleasure.
Great, thank you. And more to come, Ashley. Once again, guys, this is Lee on MotivationaLee. Thank you so much for watching for episode 2, The Power of Purpose. Dreaming to doing. Again, overcoming those possible obstacles and possible solutions. Thank you so much for watching, guys. This is Lee on MotivationaLee. Thank you so much, Ashley. God bless everyone.
Thank you.